Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this underground, upon a worm, Cthulhu nightmare that we like to call Stitch in the Fae. That's what we're going to call it for now. It's a D&D 5e mini thing, and I'm playing with my friends. And these are my friends. Hello, everybody. Welcome back after all the wounds and travels and Hawleys and whatever else was assaulted our game. We are back after doing some Vassan and bits and pieces, back to play some D&D 5e. When last we saw our not a party as yet, but our protagonists in this story. They had been solving or trying to find the culprit of a murder that occurred on a train attached to the back of a giant purple worm. They were trapped many, many meters below the surface of the half expanse, not moving till the culprit was found. They'd investigate several carriages, and it all boiled down to a knife being left in the kitchen by the train manager, Spin, and then it turned out Lenny done it. Lenny done it. So when they, just for a recap for you, because you had to go halfway through or somewhere through the end of this last one.
I was very poorly.
So you had basically helped Baku squeeze literally answers out of Quill and Shapar, the snotty male elf.
Yeah.
Which I'd say that you relished, probably, Tobias. Enjoyed it quite a lot, and it was an effective bit of interrogation, really. And then when going back in the kitchen, you discovered that there was a lot more blood. Well, you'd gone back through with, I think Nan had tried to guide Mayeen back through, and then Mayeen had seen the corpse of the gnome in the sink because no one had warned Lenny not to keep the gnome corpse in the sink. But you'd also noticed that it was much more bloody. It was quite strange, and Lenny was furiously chopping at one end of the kitchen. Kind of his bulk was covering most of the sort of the scene that was going on. Nan snuck up behind, so did Cramlin, trying to get a better look at what was going on. There was some sort of gnome sashimi going on at the back end of this kitchen. Nan tried to disarm in the surprise round.
I did try.
Was not successful with a failed strength check. Cramlin cast a spell to make Lenny tell the truth. Lenny confessed to the murder of the gnome and just kept saying, I could smell it, I've always wanted to be a chef, basically. And then Baku, at this point, realising several things, they admitted the murder of the gnome, and they were near Nan with a cleaver, cast a spell, catapulting a piece of Le Creuset into straight into Lenny's face. Which indented. There was no snapping of bone. It kind of went in, pushed itself out. You lobbed both of your axes at this. Why? Because you were at the other end of the room. So quick attack. You drew both your axes through both, and split Lenny open. Lenny opened as though a sack of rice pudding had been split. The Lenny suit flopped to the floor.
Pudding person!
And tentacles popped out the top.
Pudding person!
And that is pretty much where we came in. We had a surprise round. What we do now is we roll for initiative. So please, could everybody roll an initiative? And we shall get an initiative order going. I'm going to roll for monster. Ooh, it's a good roll! Oh, no, it's not so good. Poor Dex.
Right.
Is it the one which is on its own, which says initiative?
Yes, it is. It's 17. Where it says initiative, James. Yes.
Cool. I can do things.
It's okay. You should ask questions.
You're learning.
I'm still learning.
I'm still learning.
Well, I'm learning all those things.
Oh, come on, Tobias.
Oh, did you get a nat 20?
There was a gnat. There was a gnat.
Nice.
It makes up for my shit rolls last night
Mm.
for fragments.
24?
21.
How is fragments going? Good.
Really good at the moment.
It's stupid.
It's really good. It's stupid.
It's really
but
good because it's really stupid.
It is really good because it's really stupid, and the four of us break each other constantly throughout the game,
Mhm.
to the point where I do have to leave the room, calm down, and then come back. Or Matt's always asking if Ali can roll the dice for him, because whenever she rolls,
crippling
they're
laughter.
amazing.
Baku, what was your initiative roll? You were on mute. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
8.
8. Oh, Baku, down the bottom there. And now?
I got a 21.
21. I'm guessing you was a higher dex. What's your dex?
What is my dex? My dex is +3 is the modifier, but 17 is the number.
17 is the number, 13 is the number. You go before Tobias.
Oh.
And Cram, my man.
Cramlin.
Cramlin got 17.
17. Oh. Cramlin. So, yeah, as Lenny peels in front of you, Nan, you, everyone, this is quite vile.
Right.
As this happens, I need you all, first of all, to roll a wisdom save, please.
Okay. So there's the little bit in the top left that says saving throws, and whiz is WIS. And if you click the little plus number there, it'll roll a wisdom save. Top left. Not the very top left, but the square in the sort of top left. Underneath your strength and dex. Yeah.
Or was it wisdom?
Yeah.
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 I got a 12.
Why is it not rolling?
Did you click it?
Oh no, I didn't click it. I just pressed the I pressed the information button. Oh, I got a 1.
Oh no. For a 4?
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay, Baku?
9.
9. Okay.
I don't feel bad now. I thought mine was shit. I got 8.
Okay.
It's worse than 9.
For the time being, you need to all consider yourself under the frightened condition.
Oh, I don't know whether I can.
Are you immune to being frightened?
I don't think, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm misunderstanding some Fae Ranger stuff. Hang on, I'll double check. Class features.
Well, frightened, for those of you who
Okay.
are now frightened, means you have disadvantage on your attack rolls against this creature. You also have disadvantage on any ability checks, but not on saving throws, I don't think, on the
No.
No, not on saving throws.
And you can't willingly move
Towards the
towards
creature.
the creature.
So that's going to be a bit tough for you.
Yeah, because you fucked me over and threw me axes.
I just imagine that was what Tobias would do, seeing
Yeah.
Baku like throw your pot and like, I've got something I can throw. I don't think
he
Tobias
wouldn't.
is that, the tactical individual. But okay, so in this order, Nan, were you immune to being frightened?
I am not. No.
Is
I'm
it something to do with charm?
misunderstood. I was probably thinking about other Fae creatures get resistance or something. I don't know. I was thinking about
They're
something
immune
else.
to being sleep and stuff like that. A lot of elf stuff is immune to sleep.
Yeah,
Advantage on saves to be charmed and things. So Nan, you are up first. You are right next to this of tentacles and pink gloop.
and I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, and it lasts a minute, it's concentration. I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And then I give myself advantage on one weapon attack roll on my turn.
Okay. So yeah, you kind
once
of
before the spell ends, so I can choose which one.
Yeah.
So I think
with that kind of magical energy.
Oh, sorry, what?
You imbibe your magical energy into that kind of into the weapon, so that you are now slightly more tricksy and slippery away from this creature.
Yes, like a fox. Cunning like a fox. La Renard. I will use my full movement, which I believe is 30 feet, even though my character sheet says 50 feet. It's not correct. I will move 30 feet backwards.
The creature tries to swipe and obviously misses because of your Zephyr.
Yeah. And
how far do you move back? That's the.
Do you know what? Actually, instead of using my action to attack flat by giving myself the advantage, I'm just gonna use my action to double move as far as I can while sort of readying my bow, because I think I had my short sword out to try and do disarming. So I think I'm afraid, so I'm backing up and readying my bow. And I think that's my turn. The
maximum distance you can probably get in this space is about 40 feet away from this. It's a long carriage, but it is a carriage, so you're restricted without going through the doors.
Would that still be disadvantage for a bow then, if it's still too close? What's the distance that you have to be to not get this?
For frightened, you can try and end the effect on the end of your turn.
Oh no! Do you get disadvantage? Because I know you get disadvantage for a bow attack if you're in like melee.
Yeah. As soon as you're not in melee, so even if you're only 10 foot away, as long as you've got one square away,
right.
Effectively, if you think of it in squares, then you can start shooting with a bow.
Okay, cool. I will simply try to not be frightened anymore and then end my turn. So another wisdom save?
You can maximum move 40 feet.
Sure.
So you can move 30 feet and still be able to do your bow. And then it's up to you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right. You're trying to help me out with that.
There's only another 10 foot of space to move into, and it's not going to get much difference because it's filled currently with backing.
Okay, then let's just go ahead and use the Zephyr Strike advantage and do a flat roll bow attack, if that's okay.
Yeah, because you could put advantage on it, couldn't you? And then your disadvantage was you're scared. So yeah, flat. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can only do it once because Zephyr.
Cool. That's okay.
Let's see if it. Oh, okay. It's 29 to hit.
Yeah, come on.
I suppose that hits. Does it, Pete? I do an extra 1d8 force damage when I with that Zephyr Strike. Why did it roll that many? Hang on, sorry, it rolled charged shot. So it's seven piercing damage, and then let me roll the d8. 4 force damage, and then that's me done.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, wisdom saving throw.
And a wisdom save to see if you can unscare yourself.
Oh, I got an 18.
Yeah, after you back off, getting away from its stench and its drippingness, fire that bow and your confidence is returned to you. Tobias Wamson, you are frightened, so you cannot approach. What are you going to do?
So, I am going to use my bonus action.
Yeah.
To rage.
I would like to rage. Yeah.
And then
how does he do it? Does he actually get really like Hulk? angry? Was it like a roiling? Little simmer.
Imagine if someone upset Nana,
Hmm.
how angry you would be.
Okay, that anger. That's how it comes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like taking cheese puffs from a toddler.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's that.
I'm not trying to steal it. I'm not trying to rob you.
Yeah, it's that like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was it? So I've raged,
Yes.
and then I am going to.
Charles coming through the deal.
Yeah, apparently so. How far away am I from this thing?
So probably 35 if you're tucked behind Nan, I'm saying. Because you basically you walked in the carriage, Nan and Cram snecked all the way
Okay.
forwards, and then Cram did some acrobatics and rolled back, but Nan was left right in front of Lenny. So
Okay, so I am going to throw the javelin.
yes, you can do that. You have to do it at disadvantage because you're frightened currently.
In 5e, do raging barbarians, can they still be frightened?
Oh, that's a point. Do you become unfrightened when you rage?
It doesn't say. I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Let's consult the handbook, the tome.
I think.
Shall
Yeah, I don't know.
When you click on your rage, can you get the full instructions up? Does it tell you? Does it say you're immune to frightened?
Class features. You have advantage on strength, melee weapon attack bonus, your resistance to stuff. No, I think you can still be frightened.
Yeah. But it didn't.
You can't concentrate on spells while raging if you have spells.
Tobias is smart enough to know spells.
You
Oh,
can't be
when
charmed or frightened by raging at level 6. You're
Yeah.
quite right. So what level are you?
7.
Yeah.
So I'm now not frightened.
It says here, beginning it says that you can't be charmed or frightened while raging. So you
So I was frightened
before you
I
were
raged.
raging. So
Right,
you
okay.
are frightened for now, but now you are raging. You raged as your bonus action. I'm going to say you are unfrightened actually, then, because you've kind of gone because it would have cleared it.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
Thanks for that, Neil. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So straight roll with all your rage bonuses added.
Okay, so and I add that.
Barbarians are cool.
So much punch.
So I've got that, and sorry,
Much
I'm
punch.
So +2 for your attack, I think, and then
so
it's +10.
5.
It's normally the rogues that have to do with that.
So that would be a 27.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then
So draw a javelin from your pack and
well, seeing as my axes are gone, I can't throw them, can I?
sorry.
Right, and then
sorry.
it's that 8.
8.
Yeah,
Cool.
yes, and then
You got the second attack.
can I move and then attack as part of my second attack, or do I have to do that?
You could
beforehand?
move for your second attack now because you're not scared.
Mm.
You could have. Yeah, I'm going to say you can because we should have probably ended the
Okay.
fighting condition right at the beginning.
Oh no, it's fine. I was going with this because
Mhm.
I haven't done it before, so I was like, that's something new to try. Why not? So I can't move and attack again. I have to either attack again or move.
No, you can. Your move is separate. You can move,
So I can
and
move and
do
then
your
attack
second
again.
attack. Your second part of your action.
Second gap.
Second gack.
My brain today.
Do your second gack.
So yes, I would like to
Move up
to
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
And hit it with a morning star.
So yeah, you've technically drawn a weapon already, which would be a free
And
action,
released it.
and released it. So I'd let you draw it, but not attack as your action, because technically you're only allowed to like draw one thing as a free action.
But how did you manage to throw both my axes?
You got them ready when you went in the room.
Extra attack. Because
Extra-
over a level 5, you get 2 attacks, don't you?
Yeah.
But they're not drawn.
Ah,
Yeah. Okay.
you have to ready something, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
ready a weapon.
Okay. Could I possibly pick up my axes as part of my action then instead?
Oh yeah, like run in. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
run
would that be
in,
a
slide, and grab your axes that are falling on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That be.
I
Can
like
I do that
Yeah,
instead?
I
then?
think that
Yeah?
would be instead of drawing something
Instead of
you've got.
attacking.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I can do that and ready with my axes.
Yeah,
Can I do
ready
that?
for your next attack
Cool.
round. Yeah. So you run in, sliding in your knees like a schoolboy in some of this slime. Grab both your axes
And
off the
ready,
floor,
yeah.
ready for your fight next turn. You are engaged with the creature currently. Then.
Bollocks, Chip.
You're right
Okay.
up with it.
Okay.
Next in this, we have the Cramlin.
The Cramlin.
Hey.
That's you, James.
Right. This is actually the first time I've ever been in combat in D&D. But thanks, but Cramlin is scared, so Cramlin lets out an ungodly squawk.
You've got loads of cool shit, though,
I
man.
know I've got loads of cool shit, but he's frightened.
You can still attack if you're
I'm
frightened.
gonna, but I'm gonna run away as well.
You want
It's
to
Cramlin.
Just in like a poof of feathers, just like.
You just can't go closer to him, so you can stay where you are, but have a look in some of
We're all
your
looking around and it's
limited
just like-
views.
Yeah, just a couple of black feathers where Cramlin was standing, like drift to the floor.
Why?
I'm
That was
still
a-
getting used to being Tobias, like
Mm.
fully.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, I apologise.
Go on the attack. Okay, sneak attack. Hang on a minute. Go on features and traits. I'm absolutely sure
I
that
don't know
you've got
if it's
a
cut
so
through. What are you doing?
when you attack, and if you attack,
Mm-hmm.
you can use one of your bardic inspiration to do extra 2d6 psychic damage. You can only do it once per round.
So can I attack and run away?
You can attack and run away. So go into actions again.
It's sharp.
So you can either throw a dart, or
Mhm.
throw a dagger, or get close and stab. You also can bonus
Or
action.
if
And
James
get
has got
closer.
anything that requires me to make a saving throw,
Yeah.
rather than James make an attack roll at disadvantage,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's the other way to do it.
I don't think you do, babes.
I look very childish with my hair in plaits.
Spells? Looking spells a sec? I don't think you've got proper spells. Oh wait, you've got vicious mockery, yeah. You could do vicious mockery and just kind of scram at the guy, and that's just a saving throw for Pete to do.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's the same thing, because the scream which Cramlin lets out is quite piercing and everyone dislikes it.
Or the same thing with dissonant whispers, which will do a little bit extra damage, and it's the same saving throw. Do
Okay.
you want to do dissonant
Do that.
whispers?
Yeah, it's actually a scream.
Do that.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
within it, there's like a sonic frequency that's a whisper, like it, like layered within the sound.
Yeah, you've never actually heard Cramlin be so scared before, because this is probably the first time he's seen one of his friends dissolve into tentacles. So the scream is quite impressive.
What's
Therefore,
your saving throw? What is it versus?
it's Wiz 14. What's that mean?
That's the saving throw
Oh,
that
that's
Pete
the
needs
I've
to
got to
make.
make a
14.
wisdom save of 14 or more. I fail it completely with a 12.
Roll those, and it will be full damage,
So you get 9 damage.
which
Nine.
is
What's
kind
that?
of
And I think it gives me disadvantage or something, doesn't it, Whispers as well?
Whispers means I think you have to move as far. It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from Cramlin. As long as
That's so funny. This giant tentacled creature goes, whoa, a Cramlin, like Cramlin's worse than it.
yeah. But mark off on the
Is it immune to being oh no, it's not immune to being frightened.
and that's you've used a spell.
Okay.
So that was your action,
That was
and you
my
cast
action.
a spell, but you've got bonus actions that you can do if you go in the actions tab and then go bonus actions. So you could give somebody bardic inspiration, which means that one of your friends gets to roll a d6 on something, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can dash, so you can move further away if you want to as a bonus action. You can disengage, or you can hide as a bonus action. Try to hide.
I'm going to basically dash behind everyone while we're
So you're going to
running
move a
away.
little bit further.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is a dash? 30 foot.
So you get 30 feet anyway, but you can use your bonus action to move another 30 foot. So you can move as far, like it's only 40 foot, but you can still get as far away as you want to go.
Okay, so basically, Cramlin lets out a guttural scream which somehow terrifies this tentacle monster, and then in that craziness, he's basically going, and then runs towards the door on the other side, barging past.
Everyone.
Now is like doing things.
Oh, you go under the legs because
Go
you're
under the
small.
legs.
Yeah, you feel suddenly a feathery mass dive beneath your legs to and the creature runs. It attaches itself to the ceiling and scarpers back into the other carriage. So this is heading towards the residential carriage, the travel carriage now. Then it would be in. Is that right? Good cut. Main carriage, yeah, it's in the main carriage where you were originally seated. Where did you leave your glass? You've definitely unbuckled it.
Yeah, when I had it with me.
Well, it could be in the sleeping cabin because you were in there. Because to grapple the guy, you would have had to put the thing down in the sleeping cabin. The kind of
Yes.
the staff bunks.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's probably in there. I'm gonna put your little terranium in there.
James, this spell that you have is amazing. Gift of the Gab. Have you read what it does? You listeners in your immediate area within 5 feet of you forget everything that you've said within the last 6 seconds. Basically. I think it's an Acquisitions Incorporated spell.
Okay, so now it's gone that
Anyway.
far away. Can it move towards you, James, after you've done that spell? Or does it have to just use its reaction that turn?
Says on a failed save, you take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground.
Mm-hmm.
On a successful save, you take half as much damage and doesn't move away.
So it could still move towards on, I
Okay,
think it's
so it'll going to go and go into the other carriage, but then be like flailing its limbs and then kind of charge it like it.
Is that the end of Cramlin's go?
Cramlin, you've got to make a
That's the
save. Yeah,
Saving
It's
throw.
no
Make
save.
a save to see if you can become unfrightened.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Thank you for reminding me.
I was just like, wait a second.
an 11.
No, still a bit afraid there, Cram. Like under the table, under the set of legs. Now the creature, because you've knocked it back, cannot get in range without dashing. So it is going to dash, which is it's not a very fast creature, 30 feet into the space. So it is within 15 feet of you all now, in this cabin, and then it's had to use its action, and it's had to use its movement to get up, to get close. just charging in furiously. It will be sort of saying, "All I want to be was a shelf," but like kind of like all mixed in with kind of a tentacled,
Almost like gurgling.
yeah, gurgly kind of thing. You actually can't see its mouth right now. You can just see tentacles up like this, almost like looking at the side on a see an enemy type thing. Baku, it is your turn. Oh, you're on mute. Sorry, Neil.
Not going to call it Lenny because that's not fair. Does this thing look damaged at all yet? Have we done much to it?
It has taken some damage. We're talking not quite blooded, nearly blooded.
Sorry?
Not quite blooded yet.
Right. Okay. And it's about 15 feet away from me, yeah?
Yeah, currently, yeah. It charged away 15 feet and it was at 35.
Okay.
Came back in 30 feet, so about 15.
So the first thing I will do is cast. And that's going to be Tasha's Mind Whip. So that's a DC 15 intelligence save, please.
Oh, you've gone for the horribleness. Oh, it fails. There's 7 minus 2. So
Is that a 7?
yeah, that's a 7 minus 2. So it's a 5.
It's
It's a 5. It failed completely.
Okay, that is 16 psychic.
Oh.
Nice.
And on its next go, it can either take a move or an action or a bonus action, but only one of those.
Okay.
It can't move and attack, for instance.
Yeah. Cool.
And my bonus action, I'm going to use my telekinesis shove.
Okay. It back.
To try and push it back.
It's a strength save, I believe.
Let's have a look. Yeah, strength 15.
Strength 15. It should technically be able to note this. She says this and rolls a 13, critically average. No, it fails that also.
It gets shoved another
10.
Baku doesn't actually appear to do very much apart from sort of give it a Paddington stare, but that somehow shoves it back 5 feet further down the carriage.
20 feet away from you, so it's not within 15. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so you see it kind of like its mind seems to like. How does that whip manifest? How does that look from Baku?
It's an actual, as if you're holding a whip. There's nothing in your hand, and you don't see anything, but it's an actual motion.
And then, like it's you can almost visualize where it wraps around one of the tentacles and sends that burst of psychic energy in.
Yeah, it's like
And it quivers and a scream comes out, and then push backwards. Nan, we're back round to you, top of the round.
Gosh, really? Oh, that quick? Bloody hell! I'm still concentrating on Zephyr.
Everybody, what the? Come on.
So I can't use a bonus action to do Hunter's Mark because I don't want to do that. I think I'm not frightened anymore, so I could just make a regular.
You need to do your save, Neil.
Oh, yeah, we're safe.
If you see me looking here, it's because this is my phone. I'm seeing what.
20 will save.
Oh yeah, you're out of the fright, and you kind of come to your senses after you bash it back a bit and realise this thing's horrific, but not as tough as it looks.
Magic.
And he has to look at Tobias.
Interesting. I've just read that I can also do Dreadful Strikes because of Fey Wanderer, which is an extra 1d4 psychic damage if I hit. So I'm gonna, and also I think I still have fire and acid arrows, but I don't really want to shoot those on this worm train.
Got your
So I'm just
special
gonna.
quill from Arden.
Oh yeah. Oh, Arden, the most well-meaning.
Together.
Trying to hold things together, Arden. You can do it. I'm just gonna do a regular bow attack and do dreadful strikes if it hits. So let's see. I also think I get an extra attack as well. Oh, 25 to hit with my first.
Arrow. Boost.
Yeah, I've forgotten how to like play characters because I think I get two arrow.
2 arrow attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Level 7.
I
So you should have
can't
actually got another
see.
one the turn before, really.
Yeah, hang on. Can't see it in the. You
So
do get
both-
extra attack at level 5, don't you, as a ranger?
If you look at actions rather than, and then look just at the top, it should say in small red letters, 2 attacks. It's part of your action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a funny place to put it, isn't it? Okay. So I'm gonna roll 1d8. I'm gonna roll it separately because otherwise it does. So that's 6 piercing damage. I will do my dreadful strikes, which is gonna be 1 psychic damage. And then I'll attack again. That's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
A 23 to hit.
Yeah, come on. These rolls are better. Like this.
Oh dear. It's only a 4 piercing damage on that one. I don't aim as good. And that's me. That's all of my action economy that I can do without losing concentration. So I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tobias,
Mm-hmm.
we're on to you.
So now that
Frenzied attack.
it's after this turn, isn't it? That because you can make a single melee an attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one.
Yeah, so you can effectively make 3 attacks. Yeah, so you can effectively you could go to a frenzy now, make a frenzied attack, and then you can make a basic 3 attack rolls.
Mm-hmm. So I'll do that one. Yeah.
But I think that gives me advantage attacking you. Oh no, it's reckless attack, sorry. Don't worry. My mistake.
Can you not hit me, please?
No, sorry, I'm thinking you're George. George.
Do I look like George to you?
No, but you're playing a barbarian. So.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I would attack with my axe then.
Okay, so you're running back up to it. Because it ran away, it came back into melee.
You said it's within 15 feet of me. Yeah.
It was within 15, and then Baku knocked it back further.
Okay, yeah, so I'll go up to it.
You can make movement up to it. Yeah.
And then my axe. I couldn't see it for a second now. 27?
Yeah.
And then yeah. 9. And then second one would be 9 slashing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second one, 13.
9 and 13.
No, 13 to hit.
13 to hit. It hits
attack.
just. That's
Ooh.
your armor class.
And then that is 10 damage. And then my third one. 11. But no.
No, you missed that one.
Yeah.
Now you need to roll or a D100. Because you got that one.
This didn't end well when I had to do this last night. So
Hold on.
so M&M's going everywhere. Don't,
Sorry.
You made M&M's and corn go everywhere.
So I didn't have my
Oh,
DM.
You
folder.
okay?
Yeah. I had my DM folder
Front,
ready.
you went down.
That was my knees.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Gosh. 98.
Oh dear.
It's never good when it's that end of the table.
Fumbletail. 98.
98. Shit.
Roll a dice twice again.
Roll what?
Roll your D100s twice. You get 2 results from this fumble table. For rolling a 98.
Shit.
98. Can you roll your last attack as if it was a crit against yourself?
No, I can't. I don't
So
want to.
2d6.
Oh no.
No.
That's wrong.
No.
Double your dice. So it's 10 plus all your rage bonus, and you do that to yourself. Ten plus 2. Sorry, Tobias. I love if you take yourself out in this fight. And you roll again because you still got another result to do. What's that?
93.
Oh my god, why are you rolling so high? Stop.
Because that's what I do, apparently.
And
Did you knock yourself out? What
No,
happened? How much
but-
damage did you do to yourself?
24.
Oh.
damage to yourself. You're not near any of your friends, so I'm going to say you stun yourself for 1 round as well. So you're like, as you hit yourself with your own weapon, so you are unable to make an attack on your next or move or do anything. Does
it count if I have a resistance to slashing? Did I just hit myself?
You would only take half the damage.
Oh,
Yeah. So
cool.
You would. Yeah. Even if it is from yourself, your resistance counts.
I was like, wait a second.
Because you're raging, yeah. So
Yeah.
You get half.
I was like, wait a second, does that still count if
Yeah,
I hit
yeah.
myself? Right,
It
okay.
does.
That's a good thing to know.
Okie dokie. Tobias, now you've whacked yourself. You got 2 good hits on the creature. That's all
So
right.
did the creature not take? Oh no, the creature took the last damage.
It took 2 damage, and then you, with your last attack, your extra one that you try to sneak in with your bonus action, hit yourself.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Cramlin, it's your turn.
That's about
Cramlin.
Cramlin.
What do you want to do, Cramlin?
Cramlin says his own name.
that.
Can Cramlin. So Cramlin just spent the last turn running away and then
Doing like some spell damage.
doing some spell damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't intentional. What he is.
So you're near the door to go into the staff bunk store,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah, and he's running a crowd of players and he's just watched the barbarian smack themselves in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pulling himself together slightly then, but not very much. Cramlin is going to turn to the gyrating blob of things, which is now 15 foot behind.
It's a way off. Yeah, it'll be got within 15, then was pushed back 5. From
Okay.
you is going to be quite a way away. So let's say it's about 30 feet away from you, 35 feet away maybe, because it's pushed down the cabin kind of thing.
Okay,
It's near
so
the far end from where you are.
Cramlin is going to throw some of his darts from inside his swanky jacket and, well, pulling things out of his apron mostly, actually.
So you roll.
May I make a suggestion before you do that? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
sure. No,
Of
you
course you can.
no, you don't.
No,
It's
you can. I don't know what I'm
okay.
doing.
Because you're a rogue and because you've got cunning action, you can use your bonus action to try and hide first, and then if you then attack, you could get sneak attack damage with your dart if you hit.
Okay.
That's right, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, if you're hidden, or
Yes, if you're hidden.
within 5, or you're flanking, you get sneak attack.
Or one of or something, if another character or creature is engaged with the creature.
Okay, so what Cramlin actually does is looks around to see if there's any cupboards and things that he can fit in.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little like under the counter cupboard.
No.
And dives into there, and while he does, he kind of does his sneak attack.
So let's
Okay.
have a stealth check then to see
So
if you
roll
can-
stealth first.
Where's my stealth?
In the
Where's
long
my
list,
stealth?
right at the bottom.
Where's my stealth?
Where's your stealth? You've got +10 to
I've got
stealth.
21 on my stealth.
Woof.
It doesn't notice where you go, and then you can start lobbing darts.
Then he begins lobbing darts, which it doesn't really explain what they are. I am assuming they're cutlery. So
Oh, I love that.
is that just regular hit?
Do you see where it says dart on action?
Yeah, that's the +7.
Yeah, the +7. I think you
You've
can
got to roll
only
it at
do-
disadvantage because you are scared. So you roll it twice and hit lower.
Yeah.
So you are.
Uh,
frightened.
I rolled a 13, so I got a 20, and then I rolled a 20. So
Oh, you rolled a crit. You don't get that crit because this.
oh.
But if you hit a 13, did you say there's your
Got
lowest roll?
13 and
That's
plus
still a
7,
hit.
I think 20.
Well, we got 30.
Lower is 20.
Yeah.
30, 20.
Okay.
So yeah, he's still.
Oh yeah, yeah. As long as whatever your lowest roll is, and if it's above a 13, you've hit this creature with your first dart.
So you roll the
Uh,
1d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
Who,
so-
yeah, because no. That'll be if you critted and you did not crit.
Oh, it says I'm trying to do a crit.
Well, yeah, you want the
I'll
death.
just, is it 1d4?
1d4, yeah,
Okay, I'll
one.
just roll my dagger then, because that's.
Sure.
No, I did 5 damage.
And then for sneak attack, I think you roll 2d6.
Beautiful.
Rolled a 10.
And then
Oh,
if you wanted to, James, you can expend one of your. Oh no, you've bonus. Oh, this doesn't need a bonus. You can just do this. That's amazing. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a bardic inspiration to do an extra 2d6 if you wanted.
Okay, I will do that. That sounds good.
what do you do? What bardic thing do you do to make it even
It's
worse?
psychic blades.
So these are my psychic blades. So he's basically Cramlin is still screaming.
Yeah,
Hidden.
in fear.
But the screams are now coming from in all of the cupboards.
Okay, there's extra d6.
So it can't be pinpointed like
It's just
what.
1d6.
$2d6.
Oh, 2d6.
Yeah, psychic blades is pretty fucking cool.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
I only rolled a 6. So.
It's fine. Where you can find bardic inspiration, just check
I
off one of the
will find that.
boxes.
Yeah.
Right, Cramlin.
That's a violent round. That was a violent turn. That was horrible. But now it's the creature's turn.
Oh, no.
It's up close to you. It is not scared of anybody. Oh, but it can only take an attack or
see if I'm not.
move.
Yeah, you can.
It can have a movement or an action or a bonus action. It can't have all of them. Or it can only have any one.
One of those things, yeah.
It can't do more than one thing.
Okay. It's going to first attack you because you're up in its face. So it's going to roll to attack. It hits, got an 18 plus 7. So
Well, that's just fucking good, isn't it?
did it get you?
No shit.
Yeah.
An 18 plus 7. Lovely.
That would be a nice armor class if it didn't hit, wouldn't it?
I know, it would be good.
27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved.
So, do I round up or down?
Round up. No, round down. D&D, don't you? So,
26.
no, you round it up because you can only you maximum of 1. So
Okay, so 28 will be 14.
14. You're also grappled as the tentacle wraps around you and starts pulling it, lifting you up in the air. Now you can see its mouth. As you look down, it's on the ceiling, so it's pulling you up into its
And I
mouth.
just look like downwards. I look down to my feet, but I'm really looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah. With its other, it's not a smart creature, but it can't do anything else, and it can't attack something that's already holding, I'm thinking. So what it's going to do is it is going to start systematically reaching out with its 20-foot reach.
Wow.
What?
and smashing the cupboards, trying to find where this sound is coming from that's scaring it. So it's just like ripping cupboard doors off. It's got a cupboard door in 3 of its tentacles and a barbarian in the other one, trying to find ground. It's gonna. How should we roll it? Okay, choose a number 1 to 4. James.
James?
3.
3. I'm gonna roll and see if it finds you. No, it doesn't find you. It pulls all the other doors off. It still hasn't found Cramlin hiding in the cupboard.
Oh, Cramlin.
Yeah, go Cramlin!
Baku, it's your turn. You also, this is the first time you've seen it attack. I will tell you guys now that it seems like each of these tentacles almost moves independently, so they can be targeted independently.
Interesting.
Than the main
Okay.
thing.
13, that's it.
So the body of it is 20 feet away.
It's from you. It would be 20 feet because you pushed it back.
Yeah. And but some of the tentacles are here-ish.
Yeah, they're flailing out, trying to get in the cupboards.
Trying to find Cramlin.
Okay.
The cram.
Don't like it. I am going to repeat what I did last time in that case for the attack. So I'm going to cast Mind Whip again. But after I've done it, I'm going to try and back away from these arms.
Okay, what's my save?
15 intelligence.
Nah.
What did you do?
14 minus 2. 12 again.
It's not very smart, this thing, is it?
Yeah. Okay, 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
But again, next turn, it can only move or attack or bonus. So I'll do that and then I'll back away. How much room have I got behind me so I'm still in the carriage?
Not much. Cramlin's in the cupboard now, so probably another 5, maybe 10 feet you can back up.
I'll back up 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
And
many cupboards? And that's it. Any bonus action you need to take or anything?
No, I'm not. Yeah, actually. So what happens if I try and telekinese Tobias to try and knock Tobias out of the tentacle?
I'm just going to make the strength throw, so you can try and pull him out.
Okay, yeah.
You can pull towards as well with telekinetic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What's a DC?
16 strength.
Oh no! 13? 13 strength. Yeah, I rolled a 13. Again, the same as last time. That's both the same saving throws for both the same of your spell. That's very strange. I don't like that. So yeah, what happens? That you kind of grab at Tobias rather than the creature and yank it out.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. So Tobias is at least 5 feet further away from the mouth than before. Anyway, whether he's still wrapped in a tentacle or not, I don't know. Up to you.
I think it actually pulls it right out of the tentacle and is no longer grappled because you broke the grapple technically for Tobias without Tobias having to make that grapple check. You wrench the hulking form of Tobias out of this tentacle, and I'm going to say you're going to probably land prone. as you're kind of pulled out from the ceiling, basically out of this tentacle, and you land on the floor. But you're out of the tentacles and out of the mouth. You are no longer grappled.
Tobias ain't smart enough to think, oh, I need to flip myself round. He's just gonna be like,
Yeah, he like land on his like that way, like on the shoulder and head.
yeah,
like
some weird yoga pose.
Yeah. And that's Baku's turn now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gosh.
Cramlin, did you make your wisdom save?
Did I got a nat 20?
Ah, you're no longer scared either.
Yes.
A nat 20. That means you are the
I'm
most,
actually the opposite of frightened.
whatever that is. Super mellow.
Just really, really chill.
Mega chill. Okay, cool. I think I think oh, okay. Well, let's see what I can use my bonus action for that's useful. End of my turn. Okay, I can only do that at the end of my turn, but it won't break my concentration, which is good because I want to keep Zephyr Strike concentrating on. So I'm gonna just do two of the regular attacks again with the bow from where I am, and I got 27. Jeez. Yeah. I think this bow should be taken away from me.
Never.
8 piercing damage, and I think I can just do dreadful strikes when you hit a creature once per turn. I'm just going to do the dreadful strikes. 3 psychic damage, and then I'm going to attack again. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that one might not hit. A 13?
Yeah, that's actually on it.
Well, I guess.
Let's just put your foot in.
Yeah, I would have to roll a 2 to not hit. Which I guess is nice. 7 piercing damage for the second shot. And I will use my bonus action to start charging the bow's charged shot for the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
That is my turn.
Cool. Tobias, you are prone on the floor.
Bed.
That's not
Tobias. Bed.
You are Tobias. That Tobias. This Tobias.
Sorry. This Tobias was telling that Tobias to get it on bed.
I'm assuming
No,
Tobias is looking okay as well.
Sorry, 1 second.
Please.
Right, pop on. Gently. Right, lay down.
Sorry, the dog literally just sat on the other one's head.
Yeah. And then he jumped up and Toby's hip went. And it was like,
Oh, Tobias is looking a little rough. Okay. Just a little.
oh no, my phone's locked. Wait. There we go. So.
Move on, Tobias. You're up with it, but you're laying on the floor, so you need to use half your movement to get up, or showing your attack will be made at disadvantage.
And I will get up then.
You're up.
How far away from this thing am I?
You're out of its. You're perfectly within 10. You're in 5 feet, so you can boost.
Yes, boop.
Mm-hmm.
Me boop it with my axes.
2 axes.
Yeah,
That
and
you
then
scooped off the floor. Sure.
yeah, and then because I'm still. Do I still have that?
Yeah, you can make a frenzy
On each of my turns after this. Yeah, so I can still do that, so I get another one. So it's 3 that I'm doing. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
No nat ones this time.
I'll try. I try.
Mm-hmm. Roll them all together because they're all going to do the same damage, aren't
Here.
they? Yeah, 3 hits.
And then. And then 10, 18, 27.
27 way of like slashing damage against this
Yeah.
creature. Yeah, you're cutting into this thing. It's starting to lose its consistency.
Yeah. Sorry then.
Gross.
Starting to lose my consistency.
It's it's not looking very well at all, this creature, as Tobias goes around with another round of vicious attacks with the axe. You not got any bonus action you want to do? You got any healing potions you want to take? Because you are a bit ropey. I don't know if you got any healing potions, have you? I think you got some at the beginning of this quest, actually.
Did I?
Yes, I think I gave everybody some because you were low on things.
I didn't.
No, you were supposed to add some. Maybe we didn't do it beforehand. I'm going to say you've got at least one healing potion, so roll 2d4.
2d4.
That's 4 for the basic, isn't it?
Where's my d4?
Hiding.
I'm not. I shouldn't have chilled before playing. I should have just suffered through. 2d4 plus what?
It's normally 4 plus 4, I think, isn't it? Healing 2d4 plus 2, sorry.
Plus 2. So that would be 4.
Really weak healing potion.
So that was a waste of healing potion.
Well, it's going to do whatever it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's the difference between life and death sometimes, 4 HP, you know.
Mm.
Cramlin, it's Cramlin's turn.
Cramlin, it's your turn.
Oh, wait.
Cramlin in the cupboard.
Still in the cupboard.
Cramlin in the cupboard.
Undiscovered cupboard hiding crow.
Cramlin undiscovered in the cupboard.
Are you still hidden then? Does that mean?
Yeah, you couldn't find me.
I could, yeah, it was searching for you as part of that kind of thing. So yeah, you're hidden.
Does that mean I can just do more sneak attacks?
Yes.
I can also do healing, I think.
You can. Somehow.
Somehow.
Cramlin can heal. Throws biscuits. Or...
it says I can do a Song of Rest if you are.
Oh, Song of Rest, I don't think you can do.
It's like 10 minutes or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes.
That's going to take a while.
You do have Cure Wounds, but you need to touch Tobias if you wanted to heal Tobias.
Don't come near
Sneaks
Tobias.
along through the broken cupboards. Puts an arm out.
Yeah.
Get as close to Tobias as you can in the cupboard.
Pots and pans clattering out as you move along through the space.
Up to you what you want to do, babe.
I'm going to say, I think I could have done my Dissonant Whispers at level 2.
You could, yeah. But you would then have no more level 2 spell slots.
But the rest of them aren't very good.
Okay. Sure. It's up to you. It's your character, James. You do what Cramlin would do.
Well, Cramlin is going to scuttle around inside the cupboards some more, and is going to unleash his second level Dissonant Whispers, which is basically more shrieking coming from all of the cupboards all at once.
That's a bonus attack. Oh no, it's an action. Sorry.
And it says Wisdom save.
It is a Wisdom save of 14 again.
This dice is rolling just 7s today. Naughty dice, changing dice. No, does not pass.
That's 4d6.
Gosh.
Oh,
Whatever that is. Didn't come up on my screen.
Hang on.
13. There's your 13.
13.
You can't
Okay.
use your psychic blades.
No, I guess I could do a
This thing is looking awful and it's mad.
But you could give someone bardic inspiration.
well, maybe someone needs it.
Yeah,
Who?
up to you. Who do you want to help the most in your party?
Help Lenny.
Help Lenny. I'm trying to help Lenny with knives.
With stabbing. If you want to be tactical about it, the person that's going to go next in our party is Baku.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. I will give Baku bardic inspiration then. And that is essentially just taking inspiration from the shrieking.
I feel like that's kind of Baku would be into that. I don't know much about Baku, like in character. I don't know much about Baku, but knowing some backstory.
Yeah.
It does say anyone
Well,
within-
I can't really tell without hearing the shrieking.
Let's have a
Sorry?
look this week.
I can't really tell if you'd be inspired or not without hearing the shrieking.
Needs to hear the shrieking. How are you inspired? What's the sound like?
It is part of the shrieking.
You need to do the shriek.
I can't do the shriek.
Oh, I'll hurt myself. I mean, you did have that hernia that one time.
It's shrieking powerful enough to give one a hernia, Baku. So
I can see glass in the room as well, so
Yeah.
maybe give it a rest.
it's that much shrieking. The creature's gonna obviously kind of it can only attack, and it's mad. So Tobias, I'm afraid you're in there. First hit, tried to hit is a 16.
Yes.
16 hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, Tobias.
12.
No. Oh, I don't know. Would it?
Yes.
Bollocks. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Why have you got
Fuck
an armor?
Fuck.
Because you're a barbarian. So yeah, all 4 hit.
Fuck. Oh.
No. It's not good.
I'm gonna actually have to.
Go away. That's what you're gonna have to do. Go away. You got me last night as well. No, this isn't fair.
Oh, babe.
It's,
Always picking on me.
it's not picking on you.
It is. Don't
just-
waste me.
I got nearly everyone yesterday. 16. 20.
Damage?
30. 40. Plus.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know he's
That is
such
a really bad hit. It can't move. All 4 attacks are focused on there. 40 plus. So that's 50.
Ooh.
52 damage.
What damage?
Bludgeoning damage.
Halved, yeah. Okay. That's not... Are you down?
No! Stuck on that!
But these 4 punishing tentacle whips, you can see it's like just flailing in its last roads of fury.
On that!
7 points. See, yeah, see, your rubbish healing potion helped.
No, it didn't.
No, you still would have had 2. No, 3.
3.
You still had 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3. I got 7. I was
it's like pummeling into Tobias. You see him getting like knocked about from either side of the cabin like a rag doll. And then it's Baku up.
It's like the kid from Finding Nemo with the goldfish in the bag.
yeah.
I have 2 questions. First question is, what does bardic inspiration do?
1d6 or 2d6.
One.
1 on.
I think
attack
you can.
rolls and
attack roll or one ability check, attack roll or saving throw.
So you can add that.
An extra d6
Yep.
to add on.
on this go or some
No, you have it.
anytime?
anytime.
Okay, cool. And the other question is, with the big jelly, not Lenny and Tobias up there, is there room for another person to get up close and and do something.
It's wide
Right.
enough. It's hanging
Okay.
off the ceiling, and Tobias. It didn't grapple Tobias this time. It just literally smashed him around the place.
Yeah. Like bouncing between the tentacles.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. It was like a one-person volleyball match, but with a
like what was Pong?
yeah, it was Pong with a Goliath. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Yeah.
Right. Well, Baku's not having that because Tobias has been very helpful and very friendly so far. So, bonus action, casting Flame Blade. What looks like a scimitar, only made out of fire, go out of Baku's hand. You move up and attack
Go for it.
with the Flame Blade.
Yes, please roll them attack dice.
The cat has gone.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
7 fire damage.
7 fire damage.
And put him down.
Yeah, it just cuts in. I'm saying this is going to actually probably sever one of the tentacles off as you cut in with this flaming blade. Do you have 2 attacks or just a single attack? Because you're not a melee.
I'm a lonely cloth wearing spellcaster. I don't get spare attack.
So you don't get no extra attacks. It is back to Nam. At the top of the round.
Yeah.
Bonus action back at. Oh, no, you do breaking a second.
Bonus was flame on. Yeah.
Flame on.
Johnny is a human toy. And they just loves to fight.
I lose my charged shot if I don't attack this round, but also Tobias is looking bad. And I think that's more important. So
No.
Cramlin used their last 2nd level spell slot. So Cramlin has Cure Wounds level 1. You need to mark off one of your 2nd level spell slot.
All right.
Tobias can just go sleep after this.
Okay, well maybe Cramlin will help you even just with a 1st level.
Don't waste it. Don't waste it. You've done it. Don't waste it. No.
If you go down, it's going to be real bad. I am part cleric. I don't think.
No, what would Nan do?
I don't think Nan would let you be hurt. I think she's gonna not attack this round and go up and do a 2nd level cure wounds. So if is Tobias within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's all quite
I'll
close
move
in
up
there.
and
It's only the thing that because Baku knocked it back and then kept like pinning it back, it can't reach anybody with its 20-foot range. It could only reach
me because I'm stupid enough to approach it.
Yeah.
okay, so 2nd level cure wounds.
You're active that way, right?
Yeah.
You get 13 points of healing.
13 points.
Yay!
And you hear
Thanks
some
for-
like cute like fox yipping, but it's kind of echoey.
Yeah.
And you smell the delightful smell of delicious gravy.
Gravy.
Yeah, healing gravy.
Ketu powered healing.
Ketu powered healing.
Healing brought to you by Ketu.
Ketty likes gravy.
Oh my god, that fox.
Ketu loves gravy.
Is it like me with gravy?
There was one scene where Ketu had eaten too much gravy and they couldn't find Ketu. They found Ketu asleep by the warm hearth, rotund with gravy.
Right.
Oh, I wish I had rotund with gravy.
I know.
Sounds like
A good
me.
phrase. So that was my
Lovely little
action.
moment.
I think so. I've still got Zephyr Strike concentrating on, so but I used my 30 feet of movement. So I can't move back.
You could, but it's got a 20-foot reach, which you know, so
Yeah, but I don't have any more movement, so I can't move back anyway. Do I have any else? No, I don't really have anything else. I guess I could Misty Step to get out of the way. It's not concentration.
yep. No, you cast a spell.
Oh, yeah. Point. Yeah, I'm done. I can't do anything else this turn.
You
Except for
up there,
kind
up
of get
close,
ready.
Tobias? You feel this little foxy yip round you?
What is Tofu doing to your socks, Jay?
You got your little axe ready.
Touching
Yeah.
off their
I'm go. I'm go.
No?
Stab.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm done. Sorry, Tofu's doing something weird. It's just like,
Can't see. He's behind all of the clothes.
oh, okay. He's doing something weird. It's fine.
He was sniffing my sock
Carry
on the
on.
radio.
It's being odd. Right, go on then. Stab it.
Right. So. I mean, 19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
13.
Just. This is where you get it back for punching you.
24
24 points.
slashing damage.
Okay. Do you want to tell me, Tobias, how this manifests in the end of this creature?
Literally just Tobias being Tobias. It just doesn't say anything. You just hear this little, like, just the sound of the axes just.
Just a
1,
focused
2,
ray.
3.
It's like,
Yeah.
whoom, whoom, whoom. All the last 3 tentacles severed off.
Like 2 of them with 1 swipe,
Okay.
and then the last one with another swipe, and then straight down the middle with the last one.
Oh, okay, yeah. And you sever this thing, and it kind of drops to the floor off of the ceiling, losing
Like,
its.
Still connected via mouth, but like when it hits the ground, the mouth is in the center, and then it's like.
Okay, it peels down into a pile of goo. Well done, everyone. You have defeated the creature. That is it down.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a kind of rank smell of stuff. As you peel it open,
Yes.
Ooh.
you notice as more of the you've got more time to focus, and you get that last strike in it. You see that its blood seems to be infused, like glittering, as the blood comes out.
Get away and smell.
Thank
Sorry.
Yeah, you can see like the blood itself kind of has like glitteringness to it, like a
I know what it
reflective
is.
quality
I know what it is.
to it, Tobias.
Can I lick it? No.
That's the wrong character.
I know. No.
And Nan, you're up close. You would see this peculiar effect as like most of its viscera spills.
See, Tobias just want to put his hand in it, and
Tobias, I don't think that's wise.
he just looks at you when you say the word wise, and it's this really confused look, like, what the hell is that word? Like,
Where's your plant? Maybe finding your plant is a good idea for now. Where's the plant? Tobias torn decision making.
he's like looking down at this thing with his hand right next to it, but then he's like looking back down the carriage towards the other carriage, like.
And you start seeing like the heads of people kind of poking around. Now the calamities stop for 2 seconds. You see the head of Quill and like Mayim looking round, and even Vol has seemed to have woken up and is kind of like morphed himself around the top of the ceiling. It's like, what the hell's going on in here?
I believe we've located and dispatched the culprit. Please, Don't look. It's quite a great deal more gory than even it was.
How similar or different does Vol look to what Lenny turned into in terms of like consistency and
Completely different. There
Okay.
is no similarity between these two. Vol is more like that nice clear toothpaste,
Mhm.
blue in colour. This is kind of pinkish in terms of its colour, but inside it did have a skin, if you know what I mean. Whereas Vol is completely plastic and
Right.
morphable, like flubber.
Okay.
Okay.
Tobias has had a stupid thought.
Okay.
So, I have a flask
Uh-huh.
with
Mhm.
holy water in it.
Yeah.
So, if the monster's kind of like this,
Mm.
can I pour the holy water on one half and scoop up some of the blood with this glittery thing in it from the other half, so that it doesn't contaminate it with holy water, and mix it up? So then I've got a sample of the blood, because Tobias is like, shiny blood, Monsieur Nana.
But you've also got an empty potion bottle, so maybe you don't need to use your holy water?
Or do you want to use the experiment of holy water?
No, it was just an empty thing.
Mhm.
It was something I had that could be sealed.
Unless, you know, in your D&D rules, Pete, when you drink a potion, you crunch up the glass afterwards.
It's Tobias, I wouldn't put it past him. He doesn't even drink it, he just potion bottle in.
What you should do is put the potion bottle outside the train on a Wednesday in a black box if it's glass,
Mm,
or in a blue box if it's made of anything else. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, he's very conscious. He's been hanging around Nana. She's all about the forest and keeping things green.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
No
he
waste.
absorbs it, no waste at all. Just like recycles it in your Goliath belly. Comes out as like little light bulbs.
I'm somehow carrying around Sin's ashes in a jar.
Yeah, that's nice. What are you
It's like,
doing?
no, I will. If I forgot I had the potion
yeah,
bottle
yeah.
from the healing potion. So if I still have the healing potion,
Yeah,
bottle,
you
I will
get a
use that then.
sample, and you can. What do you do with it? So some of this viscera and blood, you collect it up. You see that the crystals inside.
Crystals inside.
When you hold it up to the light,
Yeah.
at first they start pulling towards the body as you hold it up.
Sorry, it was just
Sorry, Tofu was getting up on the counter, sorry.
no, it was just the mute.
Yeah, as you scoop the thing up, and
so the crystals are almost like magnetized towards the creature.
Yeah, towards the creature at first,
but in the bottle.
Yeah, so where you can see them there, and then as you kind of feel the creature's last, you see those last spasmodic twists and twitches in the remainder of its limbs. They kind of lose magnetism and just drift.
Floating. And can I be? Can I cut off a bit of one of the tentacles as well?
Yes.
I feel a bit deja vu.
Make a survival check, please. See if you can take a sample that's small enough, easily enough. You're pretty good at this kind of stuff. You should be all right, I think.
You jinxed me now, but oh, maybe not. 21.
Yeah, you managed to take a nice little.
Because Nana would like some tentacle.
Yeah.
I feel like Nana needs to see it.
Yeah, so dunk collection of little things to take to Nana.
And now that I've got my things, I'm like, give it to my little glass.
Yeah. So you remind him that you remind Tobias, Nana, of these things. You see this Goliath. take these things, and off they trot back to the plant.
Just like nothing happened.
Okay.
Now that this thing is no longer trying to eat our heads, do I recognise it, or do I have any idea what it is?
No,
Pudding
not
sugar.
even with a check. I make a history, please. Actually, you might. It's gonna be a
Oh, I see. Favoritism.
no. It's a high DC because of
Reasons.
Yeah. Well, what about 3?
you know everything about.
Yeah.
No.
Nearly spell history.
You try and look at this creature, and it is an abomination to your eyes. You've not witnessed or heard of anything that looks like this. It's part octopus, it's part jelly, it's amorphous. It seems to be some sort of parasitic.
Well, how rude.
We haven't got the tape to reseal.
I know,
Rude.
everybody else does, not mine. It's like I'm meant to eat a whole pack of M&Ms in one go.
Was anybody want to do anything with this mess? With the gnome? Anything?
Is there a mop nearby?
Cramlin's still in the cupboard.
Eating his hat biscuit.
Having just sort of poked the body with the flaming scimitar a little bit, but not really gathering anything else, I'll just the sword and try and spot Cramlin, I guess.
Just go through various cupboards, and after a process of elimination, you find Cramlin.
Cramlin sort of like rolls out of the cupboard. And he's very tired. And then looks up and goes, "Where's Lenny?"
And mop. Like,
Good question.
Sure, he'll be back soon.
oh, Cramlin.
Yeah, Baku's going to go and see how Tobias is getting on with that plant. Hold it.
Is there a mop nearby, Pete?
Yeah, there is a mop nearby. There are cleaning supplies within some of the cupboards within here. You're
I
pretty
think
proficient with mop, I think.
I'm proficient in mopping. Yeah, we decided that Nan was proficient in mopping.
I love that that's the thing.
There was a lot of mopping to be done in the yak.
I know.
Yeah, a lot of messes were made in the yak.
Yep.
I will turn to the rubberneckers. And it's best you don't look unless you have the stomach for cleaning up. And I'm going to prioritize cleaning up Crystal Lenny, because it's not Lenny, Crystal Lenny, very carefully. So I'm going to try and find like thick gloves if I can. And I'm also going to try and put as much of Lenny in some kind of receptacle container, God, as possible, even if it has to be pots and pans. We'll go that route.
There's a gnome's luggage that's not doing much anymore.
Oh, I feel like maybe we put the gnome in the gnome's luggage, because there's still some gnome to clean up. Because after cleaning up Lenny, then it's going to be clean up gnome duty and kind of try and get the kitchen back to a non-humanoid preparing.
So you put the partly sashimi gnome in his trunk and just send him back to his family that way.
I feel like that might be the most appropriate thing to do, given the circumstances and options.
Okay.
Unless there's any other kinds of containers on board. Oh, actually, what was the name of the train conductor? I've forgotten his name. Finn?
Spin.
Goblin? Finn. Goblin?
Yeah, Goblin.
Spen, is there anywhere? I can't believe I'm really saying this, but is there anywhere where I can contain these remains neatly as I clean up? I'm very worried about anyone going near Lenny.
And you could you could ask Lenana. She has various buckets for mucking out the horses.
Right.
Lenana.
Yeah. I mean, lids would be preferable, but we don't want to use the pots and pans. We may need to have food prepared in those. Gosh.
Yeah, please don't use the Lucrezi.
Okay, I'll go to Lenana. I believe we still have the knife as well, so that should really be returned. But if anyone else wants to do anything before I go and speak to Lenana, I try and cover gore for modesty and do some cleanup before I find the.
Okay. Could you make me either an investigation or a perception check, please, Nan?
What did you do on Thursday night? Well, I could. Tofu, don't you even dare! Don't you even think about it, Tofu.
Fair.
Perception. Why have I got disadvantage?
You tell the animals off and then just go back to playing like nothing happened.
Don't you even dare, Tofu. He's such a little goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not very good. 8.
Yeah. 8. No, not you.
No.
An 8.
8.
Yeah.
Sorry, you went not yours. No,
I thought you were saying you were rolling. Sorry. Yeah, you kind of start cleaning up the mess. You do start this kind of glitter in both forms. Although when you would even notice this, it's pervasive throughout the Lenny mess, and seems very localized within the gnome mess. It seems
Right.
place, like it's like on that shoulder that's been removed, that section.
Could I make some kind of either assumption or a check to check the assumption that one might be more of a progressed version of the other, like one
correct with that assumption? You think that maybe this is the beginning, it manifests smaller and then kind of burrows in and fills out the shape of the individual.
So it's only a semi.
It's a semi
pudding.
Semi pudding. And then some
Semi
full pudding.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I really need to let Arden know about this. One day I'll get sending, maybe. I'll make a mental note. But if anyone else wants to do anything before I go to talk to Lenana, then
also, we are, before anybody does anything, should we have a quick break? Coffees, stuff like
yeah,
that.
I need to.
Yeah.
I want a hot drink.
You do.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that then quickly, and then we'll move on to any next scenes that we do. All right.
Okay.
And welcome back, everybody. I don't know what that was. I've now caught up with myself. Is anybody else? Well, Nan's got a course of action plan to go to Lenana. Is anybody else doing anything?
I've gone to check on my plant.
You've gone to check on your plant.
Becky's gone to check on Tobias, and as Tobias got slammed around the carriage and then just wandered off.
With bits.
Yeah, I mean,
Did we leave the gnome in the sink?
I'm cleaning up the gnome.
Okay.
just it's hard to tell if Tobias has got concussion or not, but I think someone should probably check.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Like, you don't know him well enough to know whether this is normal or not.
Yeah.
Tobias. So you're just like, just gonna check.
Tobias, you've returned to find your container. Fine. It's not broken, it's not damaged. No one's paid it very much attention whatsoever, to be in fact.
You're alive. We're gonna have a nice fair run.
You have for the first time got pretty much the the space inside that cabin into yourself, which you haven't had before.
Yeah.
Maybe for a couple of moments. Is there anything you'd like to do before?
Sleep.
You just climb in one of the bunks.
No. I look at my little my little glass world
Mm-hmm.
and just go, it's okay. Like I'm in the doorway and I can see it across the thing and I just go
Just lay on the floor, like curl up.
it's not even laying, I'm stood upright and then I'm just
Okay.
and I'm good.
Back you come in and fall over nearly over Tobias as they're passed out in the doorway, like, "Whoa." And they seem to be snoring heavily.
Oh yeah, like everything in the room is shaking.
Okay. I'm going to go on the snoring fighter is like crying baby. It's not great, but you know that everything's working if they're making that noise. So, okay. While they're out, I'm going to go and have a look at this glass plant container thing that seems to be the most important thing in the world.
My
Okay.
glass world.
You wander over, and it is beautifully constructed singular piece of like what appears to be like blown glass. There are no like obvious joins or anything on it. In the bottom of it, you can see that there are some leaves, and there's an opening in there to sort of get inside and check in on it. And as you peer, you've got the space to yourself, so I'm not going to make you make a check to anything. But you hear a little. Forever.
You want me to describe what it actually looks like?
I'll look
Yeah,
around, see.
Sorry, go on. Tell us what it looks like. Like, describe how you've made it out.
So it's like you can see the layers starting from the bottom of like dirt and sand and things,
Mm-hmm.
and then like dried leaves on the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like this tiny little pond,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know like the traditional like Japanese garden houses.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's one of them, and there's like a tiny little fountain in the pond, and there's like little statues dotted around of various different like were they deities?
Okay. Yeah. You've gone to town on this.
Oh
Tobias.
yeah, it is like for someone that is so big, it is the most tiny, delicate little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's quite special. And there's even like little cherry blossom trees and things like that.
Oh, it's done like a Japanese sort of
a traditional Japanese
like garden scene sort of thing. And there's this little house, and from within that little house, you hear it.
I'll try and peer into the house. I'm expecting something frog-like, maybe.
You see something frog-like, maybe.
Okay.
But it would appear like this size.
Very small.
It's tiny.
Okay.
Yielding.
Okay. So it's got a fountain. Is the fountain working?
Yeah.
Oh yes. I love
Wow.
this.
Okay.
Have you got? Did you get this commission somewhere? Like Tobias got this magical.
Not saying.
Tobias is. He can't go get every secrets, I suppose.
Not saying.
Okay. I will. Is it on a sort of a stand? Because it's mostly glass. Is it got a wooden base or anything? It's just like a ball shaped.
All the way through.
All the way through.
Okay.
It's got like a flat bottom.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And then it's got like two flat sides that come up, but then it rounds on the top.
Okay.
So
I'll try to carefully look to see if there's anything written or scratched or etched or whatever on it, any writing or anything.
no.
Okay. I'll put it back and go and find it. Well, I'll go and see what Cramlin's up to.
Okay.
Put your hand in
Uh,
it. They don't trust me enough. They're like, nah, she crazy.
Cramlin, where are you?
I'm sorry, I'm assuming the thing's sealed though, isn't it?
It has
No,
it has a
there
hole.
is a hole.
Oh,
but
okay.
You can access it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need to. You're enormous and you love this thing. I'll put it down. That's fine.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cramlin, where does Baku find you? In where are you proceeding? What are you into?
So Cramlin is still mooching around in the kitchen
You already went out there to go.
While I'm cleaning.
while it's being cleaned and trying to essentially try to help what is going on. So Cramlin is essentially opening the cupboards and trying to put back the plates and the knives and the forks that Cramlin threw out of the cupboards while sneaking around in them.
Mm,
But he's also stealing knives.
important.
Stealing
Because-
knives.
Cramlin now feels very endangered by everything, so is kind of taking sharp shiny objects, and just kind of like filling
Pockets.
pockets and his apron with those, and also the odd biscuit.
Okay.
And that is what Cramlin is up to.
Only
Not-
the odd biscuit.
Yeah. You come into that Nan working hard, and you can just blatantly see Cramlin going for the silverware. The others where would they be? They would have had to go past the mess that I think they would have maybe tried to retire to somewhere where there wasn't a snoring barbarian. I think they maybe would have made their way to the kind of middle carriage, like the main carriage, and be sort of sitting on the more comfortable seats, maybe. And
Where the gnome was.
Where the gnome was trying to bring everything down, and they'll be kind of chatting among themselves. You can sort of hear murmurings from that carriage of conversation going on.
Is that the train crew who are in there?
Yes, yeah.
Why are we cleaning their train?
Because Nan did start doing it.
No. Okay. I'm going to go and suggest forcefully that they should be doing that, not us. Thank you.
Oh, well, I have a suspicion of what the sparkling substance might be. I've encountered this a few twice or maybe 3 times before, and it's not, if you are unaware of its dangers, then it can be devastating. So
Could you tell me?
Oh, of course. Well, it appears we encountered this very large version of I think a similar crystal, and one of my previous companions touched it and kind of went into a catatonic state, and he was hard to rouse from that state and was quite badly damaged, but not externally. Internally it seemed. He described the effects as mind expanding in a bad way, I believe, or perhaps those weren't his exact words. But we then encountered a former I guess classmate, another monk of an order that this person is part of. Brother, yes, sorry, thank you. Who had become infected by the same crystals, not unlike this gnome's symptoms, and it was only able to be extracted through incredibly detailed, precise healing work, and even then the infection, I believe, had spread so deeply that only the worst could be removed and his life could only be extended slightly, not saved in any way. But
And the dead gnome has this.
I believe so. It looks to be very similar.
So can you still catch it from a dead person?
I am unsure whether the crystal needs to be attached to things living. It seemed to affect folks regardless of whether it was an infection within a creature or existing outside of it. And there was some very unpleasant people looking for these crystals. We found a number of them in a chest in sort of a ceremonial nature, if I believe I remember correctly. This is casting my mind back like literal year and more, right?
You discovered several at a temple.
Yes, but we don't know what the temple was to, or at least Nan doesn't, I don't think.
No. You also discovered the giant one that had sent someone into a catatonic state.
Yes.
And you had discovered that it had infected 2 people that you brought back with you. You'd seen one be removed.
Right. Oh, because it was in Nanjala's son. Yeah, Ed.
And the other one was not so sick. What the other one was too inbound. Ed's was a fresh.
Ed's was fresh and Darvel's was too
fresh.
Through too deep. So I mean, I caution using bare skin to touch.
Does fire kill it?
I do not know whether anything can destroy it, but by all means, try.
We're underground.
Yes.
We can make fire if we burn it and bury it. Is that good?
I don't know. Perhaps. All I know is that there are unpleasant people looking for what these crystals can do when used. And it seems as though it's spreading. So I don't know if there's any safe way of removing it, destroying it, or hiding it at the moment. But at the very least, we can protect these regular people from the potential of infection. In fact, perhaps we should look over I don't really want to look over them. But perhaps we should. Or I should. Or maybe I won't. Oh, I don't want to inspect the 2 elves. I've had enough of their vibe.
Okay. I mean, how about, would Tobias know what to look for? It's just, I get the idea. If I say to Quill, I am going to inspect my inn now, I think we will have another fight.
Yeah.
If we look out the windows, is there any gap between us and the dirt, sand?
It's very close. It's very close to the worm body.
Right. Okay.
It would not negate the fact that you could dig or ask Grunt to steer it to make a
hole,
a pouch to put this thing.
Right.
Yeah. Pouch.
Underground pouch.
Yeah. Borrow pouch.
The crystals, I believe, are perhaps it's innate or perhaps it's magical in nature, but we've never tried. I don't think we've ever tried to dispel its effects, have we? Did we? No.
No, you tried to chip some of it before with a physical, non-magical attack.
Right. Yeah,
Tried
because
to harvest some of it.
people wanted it. They wanted the evil crystals. Of course.
Yeah, shiny.
I want to use it as my arcane focus. Wow, okay, sure. I don't know if you have the capabilities of negating any magical effects. You seem skilled in that regard.
I have some skills, not that I am born with some abilities, but they are narrow.
I see.
I'm not a book mage.
Me neither. It's quite hard to still regard books in a positive light. Well, perhaps we can find a safe place to either have them on board until we can dispose of them or bury them deeply, but perhaps we should also consider moving the worm. What do you think?
I think it's Spin's problem.
Were people not going to steal worm if we go to service?
Oh yes, Cramlin, good memory. Oh,
Keep stealing things.
perhaps we should divert. Perhaps we should divert the worm.
Divert the worm. Cramlin agrees with this.
Would either of you like to, Cramlin, perhaps you'd like to talk to Spin about a worm diversion pathway?
Yes.
Okay.
Go see Spin now.
And Cramlin maybe say about having a place to bury things we don't want found.
But in back of worm comes out the back.
No, don't feed the people the magical. The worm will go catatonic. Catatonic worm.
Worm eject things from back. Make
Like
mouse.
throw off the worm, not make worm eat.
Oh,
Okay.
throw off back of worm.
I love how that had to be clarified.
It does need to be clarified because it will have two very distinct effects.
Wait, we need Cramlin to clarify what he's saying right now.
So, Cramlin, are you going back through into the cabin where everyone has gathered?
Needs to go see Spin. Where is Spin?
Yeah, Spin has gone past with the kind of remaining passengers to try and comfort them back into the familiar area that they were quite comfortable and able to sleep into. Even though there was the corpse of a gnome as previously in this space. You come in and find it's a tense. What's your passive? No, you just get it. You walk in and you see that at the table that they were originally seated at are Quill and Mayeen. And you see that, which is close to the door, you see that they are being sort of comforted by Spin, trying to discuss with him. I'm ever so sorry about the delay to the journey. I mean, this is the first time it's ever happened. We've never had an insane cook that turned into a tentacle on our staff before. It is really out of the ordinary, but it's just not acceptable. We're due to be home. Well, this has certainly delayed our journey. It's not acceptable. Please don't make a fuss. It's all right. No. We need compensation for this. I mean, it's just unacceptable. You know we are betrothed. You know that, don't you? You know this is our special time.
Am I the only one that's getting really annoyed with that?
I completely understand. And you can just see at the end of the carriage, Cramlin, you see Lenana shooting daggers into the back of the head of Quill, just staring at Quill with like gritted teeth in the kind of simple leathers that they wear. Just absolutely like furious. Vol is sat at one of the tables, well, as much as sitting exists, apparently playing a game of patience, and still has some of that hay residue upon him. And Glunk is, well, you can't really make out Glunk because very expressionless with these steel plates on the face and eyes. Is just kind of sat like drumming their fingers. Impatient, maybe you get from this.
Well, Cramlin, in the time which it took him to go through the door, take in the scene, has kind of forgotten why he was going through the door to do that. In all honesty, so is James. So
divert the worm.
Divert the worm.
Do
So-
do 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 do. It's just like on repeat in both James's and Cramlin's head.
So much last 5 minutes.
Did it?
Yes. So
It's the lift music from Fight Club.
You'll make him forget again, Pete. Don't.
It's Dust Brothers.
so Cramlin goes.
Don't forget what.
Cramlin goes straight to spin and drops some cutlery. Ignore that. We should move the worm.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Cramlin. Now that the problem has been resolved and we found the killer, we can move on. Come Glunk. Let's get this worm moving. We'll be there as soon as possible. What about my compensation? Quill jumps up in the seat and means like.
Cramlin just pushes more knives and cutlery. Compensation for things.
Cutlery?
Very nice, Shiny. Will you help divert worm too?
I have no idea how to do such a thing.
Then quiet. Let's divert the worm.
Excuse me. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter of complaint against this. This is just completely unacceptable.
Cramlin can't read your writing. Doesn't matter.
You see him royal and like bubble inside like fury. Mayim will try and persuade him to sit down. Oh, she fails in trying to. Well, it's that versus him. So Mayim somehow persuades him to kind of eventually kind of simmer down, and he looks at the cutlery and he takes a couple and puts them in his pockets. Suppose it's something. It's better than nothing.
More than Cramlin's paycheck.
I'm not happy though. And they sit there. What happens next? Where's the rest of you? You have a bit of a rest.
I needed it. Very much so.
You pull yourself from the floor. Can you make a perception check?
Yes. Unlock. That's fine. Okay. Oh. 19.
Someone's touched your thing. Someone has touched your glass case. It was not where you left it.
Without touching it,
Hmm.
because there are fingerprints, I will find it.
You can find the culprit.
Yeah. Because Tobias may be stupid, but he did learn a couple of things from Nana.
Okay.
He peers at it, makes sure, and peers inside it and makes sure that nothing has been harmed.
Oh no.
Nothing
no,
has
no,
been
no.
touched.
Fine.
The fountain is still working.
Yes, beautiful.
The glass isn't scratched, cracked. You know, things
Feels like
like
it's
that.
been handled with care, but it's, you know,
Are there any fingerprints on the glass?
you could make a survival. See if you can track. It's going to be pretty high.
$21.
What would you have, if you've left anything back in, what would it be at the scene of the crime?
Muted.
Okay. So my sort of jerkin top thing is like lamb's fleecy lined, so there might be a little bit of
Oh yeah, little
lamb's,
tiny
lamb
bit
wool
of lamb
fluff.
skin. You put it out, you recognise.
I hold it ever so gently, like ever so carefully, but quite strong. So it's like I'm not going to let this go. And I just, while staring at it, I just turn and storm out the room on the hand of her.
Okay, it's not far of a storm for you to reach into the next cabin and the next cabin, and then no, you're still in the kitchen back here.
Yeah, waiting to hear what Cramlin's got to say about worm movements.
Okay, so there's which is going to happen first.
The movement of the worm.
The movement of the worm. I'm going to say that the Glunk and Spin start walking back through your cabin, folks, which is now looking a lot cleaner.
That was really
And
bizarre.
start making their way towards the front thing. We're about to move the worm, so please brace yourselves for that initial jolt that sometimes happens. Everybody, lovely job you've done it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You should be. Yes. I really need to work on this. Are you going on the planned course? Because if we remember that there could be trouble, people taking over the worm, we are taking a diverted course. Is that correct?
There was nothing. I just moved the worm was what Cramlin suggested. So
Cramlin cries from behind, "Divert the worm!"
Well, the gnome, if you remember, there was a letter, and there are, as well as there being a grisly murder, there were plans on taking over the worm. For whatever purpose, sorry, I haven't got my notes in front of me. There's a particular
Conclave.
The conclave. The conclave seemed to be particularly interested in worm-related crime.
Well, wasn't Nayin one of those?
Worm-related crime.
I believe she was, but she knew nothing of these plans, and I
knew nothing of worm crime.
Knew nothing of the worm crime.
Nothing of worm crime.
Worm crime.
You know the wise woman. Know of worm crime. I don't believe Maine has it within her to orchestrate worm crime. It's getting close to the end of game session when we can't keep it together in any way.
You completely broke me.
It's almost as good. Do you remember when Stralock said I looked directly at the sun? And James couldn't stop laughing for a full 30 minutes. It's the funniest thing. I looked directly at the sun. What's the AC of cheese?
Oh yeah, I had to invent an AC of cheese.
Homebrew cheese wheel. No,
It was moving at quite a speed.
it's a very serious game, D&D. It's very serious.
Oh,
Heroes.
my stomach hurt. Oh.
Heroes.
Sorry, I'll try and bring some things back.
So diverting the worm. Diverting the worm would be the best course of action. I would suggest, not that I'm no, I would suggest that you must divert the worm.
Must divert the worm.
I'm trying to be confident. You see Nan look a little bit towards Baku, trying to mimic Baku's kind of confident yet casually confident, intimidating stance that they just seem to
Well, we
have.
were going for 3 ways. Where do you intend us to go then?
As we need to get to Gargamel Forest. If we must take a diversion, I would suggest that the best course of action is for you to find a safe haven, so perhaps a settlement that is either closer than three ways. Three ways? Yeah.
3 ways is the south western corner of Gargamel.
And a similar settlement would do, so that you all can be able to carry on your further journey safely, and that the worm can remain uncrimed. You must do it.
Oh, that was good.
Persuasion with advantage, because they're being earbashed by Quill as well.
So the worm cannot be worm.
You're all right, Bean. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of. We should get a wormery and just call it worm crimes. Worm crimery.
Oh, we had a wormery.
We've got a wormery.
Yeah.
Still got a wormery
Our
up there.
compost bin is full of worms.
That is true. Well, it's not too bad. An 18.
Oh yeah, I think that's enough to persuade him.
Yes, a non-crime worm would be preferred, I think, by myself and Glunk. Am I right, Glunk?
And even Glunk, the minimum conversation that Glunk can do, nods.
The closest one on our round would probably be at the bottom of the teeth. But if you wish to go to, we could drop you somewhere along the long road, the round road. Not at a settlement specifically, but the forest is accessible. It just means you'll have to traverse some forest before reaching a true settlement.
That is fine with me. We are. I'm used to traveling, and anyone else that wishes to come to the forest on foot can come with us, but not Quill or me. I'm sorry, neither of them can. I refuse to escort.
They've got to get off at Gargamel. They're not staying on the worm.
They can go to another settlement with you. I refuse to spend any more time with them.
But the horses belong in Gargamel also.
They can find their way to Gargamel. I'm sure they have means, if you know what I mean.
Money. And knives.
You have yourself and your worm to care for.
Yes. Must look after my worm.
Poor Bean.
think
So dropping us off so that anyone that other than Quill and Maine, any other people that wish to traverse with us may alight, but diverting to another town. I think it's best we go as quickly as possible, correct?
Indeed. I've had an idea.
Oh, Jesus.
Tobias wakes up just
How does this suit you? I might need a little assistance. You want Maine and Quill out of your hair.
I do not wish any harm to come to them, but I also do not wish to suffer their company any further.
Neither do I. The feeling is mutual. We intend to go to the Teat. We've got friends there at the village of Mottencott. At the foot of Mottencott, there is a small village. What about if we sold it to them that it was part of the compensation package? A little getaway.
In whichever ways you feel is best, you are the navigation expert here.
Smart. Pop them off.
Could you
What was that?
say again?
James, you need to say it again, but louder.
Smart. Fob them off.
While me and Glunk go about the business of getting Worm moving again, do you think you can maybe attend to them, get them on board with this new program of activity?
I will need some help. Cramlin, are you...
Worm wine.
Yes, are you perhaps any good at creating convincing documents?
Yes.
Insight check? No, I mean, I'm going to insight check you.
We'll go and do that, and all of a sudden, bursting in through the end of the cabin is Tobias holding a piece of fluff. And he looks at Baku. I imagine.
I just approach and go, touch it.
What's... Oh, thank you.
I don't let go of it. I still go and let go.
Yes, Tobias, what? What is it?
You touch it.
What?
You-
Yes. Yes, that's right. I touched the glass ball. After I ran up behind you in my little cloth clothes with my fiery sword and cut the arm of the thing that was trying to kill you. And then I come back and see how you were doing. Only want to make sure you weren't dying of crystals or something in the other room. Yes, I looked at your little glass ball. Is that a problem?
Did you touch them?
Them? I looked at the outside.
So you didn't touch them.
What's them? There's only one, isn't there? One ball. How many of these have you got?
Lots.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I only saw this one. I looked at the thing, I put the thing back.
They're cool.
Speak up.
My voice is going because
They're cool.
I've been laughing so much. No, still... Yeah, they're cool. And then I'm like, "See." And I go back and get the little glass thing and hold it up, like hold it right up to his face like this. And like, see, see.
And what does Baku see? Does you show them more directly inside, the way you know?
So, tiny, tiny, tiny little toads. Tiny little toads.
Like,
Tiny little toads.
okay.
Then, as I put it closer to your face, I kind of I'd probably have to do a strength check to get him to do it. But it's like I want his face like in the hole in the glass.
Okay.
Or you could ask. I'd probably just do that.
And Tobias doesn't ask. He's just like, look, like you need to see it. Look.
Okay. So you're saying look, look, look.
Yeah.
How do you look?
Yeah.
Like when his face is like, so that's the hole.
Yeah.
It'll be like that, and as soon as his face does that to the hole, he's suddenly greeted with about 40 toads.
No, did we roll for it? We rolled for it.
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
My nose feels funny
Okay.
when I do this.
40 toads.
About 40 toads that have suddenly gone from this to about this. And there's a big Japanese house. And a big, not just like a little pond, big pond with a big fountain in the middle.
Is this just because I'm very close to it, or has something weird happened?
Something weird has happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just a perspective or a trick of perspective.
No.
It seems something extra dimensional.
Everything in there is suddenly
The size you would expect a tree to actually be.
Yeah.
Right.
and there's loads and loads of these toads. And in the in
But
the
it's
water,
still
there's
in a
loads
thing
of-
that's that big in the same room as I'm in.
Mhm.
Don't like it. Okay. I'll have a good look round for a few seconds, and then, if I'm allowed, pull my face away from it a bit, and we should talk about this probably later. Yes.
Talk about toads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Later. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We'll go back to Nan and Cram talking about convincing documents.
Nan and Cram, I rolled something like a 7. Yeah, 7 to insight check you about whether you can do convincing forgeries.
Nan and Cram.
I don't think I can.
I think you can. Look, scroll down on like features and traits. I'm pretty sure you have like forgery, proficiency in forgery.
Oh, I'm an expert.
So, what are you forging?
Well, Cramlin, perhaps you can use some of your creative skills to create some how do we want to say it, like very exclusive tickets to Mottencot's most luxurious spa on behalf of the Worm Rail, or whatever the Great Western Worm Rail.
It's called the Underground.
The Underground, sorry.
It's just on the underground.
But not one word, the
Oh.
underground.
Mm.
Not
Shoot.
like the underground.
Just on the tube.
Cramlin will make tickets for exclusive spa.
Needs to be incredibly convincing, Cramlin. It needs to be irresistible. Use
Fancy.
whatever materials you can find. Do I have anything that might be able to help? Let me see.
Cramlin, do we decide if this is happening post Witchlight though?
What, when Cramlin can't write?
Yeah.
I think it's post,
It is post Witchlight, we said.
Yeah,
because you're at higher level,
Yeah,
aren't you?
He's higher level.
And he changed to a bard.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll say it's post.
Part of your new backstory is
right, and it
then-
is legible without having to use magic to understand it.
I think he can write. It's just he doesn't have very good handwriting anymore.
Honestly.
But his forgery skills are really good.
You're just going to get the lead.
I'm afraid I don't have anything precious to contribute, Cramlin. I really only have necessities. But if I could can I do like a search around, maybe in some luggage as well? Maybe in the room's luggage and see if there's anything like fancy, like maybe fancy paper or fancy inks or anything.
Through whose luggage are you searching?
Maybe the gnomes, because the gnome is dead.
Okay. So you're emptying the luggage of the gnome to
Yes.
you found previously you found a talking stone.
Oh yeah. That was to the
In there. I think you
barrack.
might remember that there was some pen and paper in there.
Okay.
Or pen and ink rather, and yeah, you can retrieve that from there. That's no trouble at all.
Maybe some, I don't know if there's wax or candles that we could possibly use.
They're available within the kitchen here. They're emergency lighting.
Okay.
Show Cramlin example.
Oh,
Uh,
Are there any like posters or pictures or anything on the wall?
the worm walls.
On the worm walls.
The worm walls. I've got to think of a worm logo now, like an underground logo. What does it look like? So yeah, there is like, it's basically a very stylized picture of a goblin and Glunk with Glunk's thumb up, riding on the back of a worm, but like a pink worm like hump. Glunk with a thumb up, like with reins though, like he's like riding it like a horse.
Do you
And-
remember? Oh, sorry, Pete, carry on.
And then like a waving spin on the back with like a cowboy hat.
Do you remember the book exchange?
Yes.
I remember that one of the book that I got in exchange that I gave to Nanjala was an Elvish language book that I'm assuming might have had, I don't know if you want me to roll like something to remember like the filigree, like bordering of like a fancy Elvish book, or
I'll say make a sleight of hand, see if you can like replicate it.
okay. Oh, I'm gonna give myself guidance. I'm worried.
Cramlin's there. Cramlin can add a bardic inspiration.
Oh, I rolled pretty good. 18, 19.
Yeah, you remember some of that filigree pattern that you had a flick through when you used the book deposit thing and lost. What was your book that you gave away? I've forgotten.
I gave away quite an important book actually. I gave away a book about the book on the creatures of Kreen. Because Nanjala wanted a book. As simple as that.
And you're able to look at this, and then Cramlin, let's have you do a sleight to see if you can replicate this. Well, you're proficient. You can do it. You're a forger.
I've got advantage on all checks made to produce forgeries or duplicates.
Yeah, let's do it with an advantage then. Let's do a sleight of hand with
Sleight of hand. Is it on?
Sleight of hand, yeah. And if you right click on the little plus number, you can don't worry.
I rolled a 25.
That's pretty good. You need to roll again to see if you get more.
I rolled 25.
Okay, it's
Again.
A convincing letter is created. It is handed to Mayne and Quill. We'll need our horses though.
Of course, you can have your horses. We wouldn't dream-
Horses don't need tickets.
They don't have hands. They can't hold their
Don't like
tickets.
spa.
They might like the spa. Horse spa.
Down the road.
Does that mean I have to go with them as well? Well, of course you do, my dear. You're to care for the horses.
Horse spa.
Horse spa.
Hey, Q ticket for spa too.
Oh, I want the spa.
There's one for Maine and one for Quill.
Ah.
This is what we're doing, Jay. Are you okay? Do you need? Is it?
The other voice that is talking is the voice of Lenana.
Lenana.
What? Yeah, I thought
Oh.
Lenana needed a ticket as well.
Oh, well,
We can make you a ticket too.
would you? Yeah, Lenana. I mean, you're part of the essential crew. If you would like to.
I'd like to just give them the horses and be gone, to be honest. They're sickening.
Perhaps you could. I'm gonna say this as quietly as I can towards Lenana. Maybe while Quill is having chats with Maine. Perhaps you could give them the slip when you're in Mottencott, or if you'd like to alight with us, we're going to rough it across the train to Gargamel. Your choice.
If you're going in from the south, it's not far from Peloton. Know that way pretty well.
You're more than welcome to come with us. Or me. I don't know. Cramlin, are you?
Cramlin probably fired.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's good work to be had in the forest, Cramlin, if you're looking for something to occupy your time and perhaps to make some coin and not have to make lattes. You can still make lattes if you want.
Open coffee shop.
Well, mobile coffee.
Wine. With wine.
Wine, okay. Oh,
Good supply. Get some wine.
do what you need to do, Cramlin. I think perhaps resting before we alight is the good thing to do. I'm quite tired. It's a lot of mopping I did. Before actually, can I go up to Baku and before we turn in for the night and maybe when Quill and is it Quill? It is Quill.
There's Quill and Maine.
Okay. Well, Quill and Maine are maybe like preoccupied with planning
Their tickets.
yeah.
Have you been to No, my dear. What a wonderful opportunity.
Hey Baku, do you want to take this opportunity to maybe go through their luggage and see if there's anything of use? Would you like to help?
Okay. The lovebirds.
Oh yes, the lovebirds.
Luggage is in back carriage.
I think so.
I think it's important we look at
Keeping-
all areas of train, including back carriage, to make sure there is no more sparkly things.
This is important. Yes.
Oh, also, do we want to burn this stuff and throw it before the worm comes up?
I think that's I think it's worth a try. If it works, then it works. If it doesn't, then it'll be no worse than taking it with us. Possibly actually less worse than taking it with us.
Have we got all of the bleepy, crystally stuff we want to get rid of? Is it in containers?
Yeah, you've filled slop buckets, Le Cruziers, all kinds of containers. Rice cookers with as much of it as you can contain and move. There is it's important that I describe this. There is a distinct difference between the gnomish consistency, I think I said this, and the Lenny consistency.
Yeah, because one of them.
One of them more goopy than other.
Yeah.
The other one has bones. Still.
Ah.
The gnome still has bones and has internal structure, whereas this other one is, literally just
a pudding.
A pudding. You are able, Baku, with your various magics, to able to ignite this mass as you kind of toss it out the back of the carriage that rides atop the worm, and it kind of vanishes into the darkness, this burning heap of eldritch horror, crisping and bubbling.
on the way there to do that, as we walk through the passenger carriage, I'm going to cast Produce Flame, which
Okay.
and I'll already have told the two elves that we're going to go and burn things that need to be got rid of. And I'm going to very ostentatiously my hands up and as if I'm washing my hands with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To clean off any residue or
Yeah.
or something like that, cleansing yourself. That's a really good idea.
Yep. And then accompany Nan.
I will
Take our
stand
reward.
in the doorway to the carriage, between the carriages, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The doorway there. So I'm in the carriage with the disgusting elven couple, with my back to the door after those guys have gone through it to make sure that the elven couple don't go through. And it's
You overhear Quillsbane saying to me, "See, I told you we should complain. Look at this, it's got us mad. If I hadn't said anything, we wouldn't have got this free holiday. Look at it, marvellous, isn't it? Oh, you're so wonderful." It's insipid. It's disgusting.
Tobias stood there making like quite gagging noises,
Vol says,
but trying to pass them off as coughs.
Vol says, "Do you want to play cards?" Like cooking in that kitchen again.
What, to me?
Yeah, to you.
No. I don't think Tobias has the brain capacity to play cards and focus on not letting the elven couple through the door and trying to guard the door. In his tiny little brain,
His pea brain, yeah.
I don't think he has the brain capacity to focus on more than one thing.
Does he pay Vol any attention whatsoever, or
He just goes, no, and he's just staring at the couple like, no.
fine? Oh, I suppose that's the last time I get to see the horses as well.
Steal horse.
What? What did you say?
Want the horse? Steal the horse. Take the horse. Yours.
Steal a Peloton horse.
Shh. I'll hear you.
Steal a Peloton horse.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. You're not as green as your cabbage looking.
He completely loses focus on the elven couple and he's like looking at himself like, I look like a cabbage. You know, it's that kind of like
Checking for leaves.
Yeah, and he's like
Yeah, it's a turn of phrase. Oh, wait. Yes,
turn of phrase.
I've got an idea. Okay. In the luggage. In with the luggage. Cram, where are you? Did you follow them with the luggage, or?
Cramlin is just kind of like stumbling around.
You know, like Ghibli films, like the way that Ponyo, like when she's got little chicken feet, like waddles. When I think about Cramlin moving, I just think of like he sort of walks like. Anyway, sorry.
It's like a little duck waddle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like the legs go up and the like toes spread out every like. Oh, sorry.
I love how Ponyo is like, yes. Like that's a perfect description.
Yeah, so make an investigation check of the luggage. Is either one with advantage or one each. One checking the guys and one checking the girls.
I feel. Do you want to do one each?
I just did one.
Let's do one each then. Let's go for it.
22.
Well done. I got 10.
Okay, whose was checking whose?
Oh well, Baku, are you doing one as well?
If you're both doing, yeah,
You could be helping one of us, I suppose.
yeah. I'll help. I'll help Nan because
Okay,
that was the
so
plan
then
originally. So
there's an advantage there. So roll again first now.
Oh, do you want to roll for this one, or do you want me to roll again? Neil, what do you feel? Do you want to feel? You feeling lucky?
yeah, no, I'm aiding you, so that's fine.
Okay. It's 11, one better.
That he's broken that barrier just into the D, not even into these. But
Are you looking
so,
for the mains?
Cramlin, who were you checking?
I'll go through quills.
Okay.
You're going for quills and you're going through me's.
Yep.
So what you find, Cramlin, is an incredible amount of pomposity. You find perfumes and rare sort of scents. You find these beautifully folded like sets of like silken clothes, beautifully made, really like lovely material. You also find a small it's like a emblem that is a tree above ground and a tree below ground. It's like almost like like a tree of life. If you've seen one of those symbols, like kind of similar to that. And where it glows, where it's beneath the ground, you see it's kind of got something radiating underneath, like like something like glowing underneath these roots, kind of thing, on this emblem. And you take it to be of importance. You see, you rolled really high. There's going to be some gold in there. Could you roll me some? I don't have my treasure table here. Hold on. Can you hold this?
Make sure you add fancy tree emblem
Fancy tree emblem.
to your inventory.
I press manage inventory.
I don't have it. It's not here. Hold
Yeah.
on. I'm going to say just do some D. Let's say it's a D8.
Roll a D8 when you're done, baby. Baby.
I have stolen the
The
fancy
end.
tree emblem. Where is the D8 there?
No, don't leave it on the sofa. And
That
why
is
is that like
8.
that? Sit properly because you are.
You rolled an 8
I
on
rolled
the
an 8 on
D8.
the D8.
8 on a D8, 800 gold pieces. Bare gold.
And eyes like just kind of like go slightly bulge. Doesn't say anything, but definitely takes all the money.
Reasonable.
And Nan, in your one, you look through, and it's a much more sort of dour set of clothes. The druids are not so fancy in the fabrics, very well made, beautifully made, but colours are less flashy, basically. And you know that the that particular house of within Gog Marmiala is all about the nature and preserving of the forest and looking after it. But what you do find is you find a small book, like almost like a few folds of parchment, and it has on the front a picture of a mushroom with kind of the glowing emblem coming from it.
The Algaric Conclave.
Yeah, you think it's some sort of Algaric Conclave pamphlet of sorts.
I will have a quick look through it. If it seems to be worth taking, take it. If not, then I will not.
Okay.
What kind of information is in there?
You're flicking through. It starts with a kind of like, are you interested in the Algaric Conclave type nonsense? What is the
So you
Algaric
found
Conclave?
Jesus.
It's like a group. Yeah, it's exactly the kind of the thing you're looking at. It's like trying to bestow the main tenets of their belief.
Have you ever wondered why mushrooms are so great? Come and join thee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It believes it goes over this idea that everything is interconnected
Oh, mycelium. Okay.
beneath the earth,
Mm.
and that some answers lie deep below.
Mm.
And then by digging deeper, it uses kind of in a metaphorical sense, but also in a physical sense, as to discover the mysteries of the world, the hidden meanings of magic, the hidden meanings of connection between peoples, plants, nature, and the very fabric of reality.
I'm gonna not take it, but I'm gonna copy down some of the information into my diary. And I'm gonna, the last thing that I might look for or maybe ask for help with is, do you, Baku, Cramlin, do you think that there might be any hidden meaning or hidden passphrases within this pamphlet in any way? If you could take a glance through.
I'll have a look. Well, I'll share with Cramlin.
Are we looking for something like a thieves' cant or something like that, or?
I kind of feel like there might be something like a way of alluding to like a meeting location or like a HQ or like something a little bit less like publicity and more like, you know,
within it.
secrets. Maybe.
Maybe with your background, Baku, you've got something in there, I think. Have you got something there? Oh, Cramlin's got roguish stuff.
But I can read thieves' cant and things.
Yeah, decipher thievy stuff. Yeah, thieves' cant would be, that's a talking thing. Thieves' cant is like a hidden language within words.
Like Cockney rhyming slang.
Yeah. Would you see it? No, you're not asking the right person, I would say, in this.
Okay.
But you look at the kind of imagery on it, and that, you know, every corner has got like a little, like acorns and, you know, like little doodles and things around the pages to kind of decorate it, basically, on this paper. Lots of symbols of nature and trees and roots. And
does it have anything similar to the one which I just picked up from
the fancy tree
emblem?
When you hold them next to each other, Cramlin, there is a remarkable similarity between how the lines shine out from the mushroom and how the lines are displayed beneath the root of the tree.
And if you line them up?
It's identical.
And if you line them up and look through a bit of light?
The emblem is the wrong way round, really, but if you hold the piece of paper over the symbol, it's like the mushroom is encased within the roots.
Right.
Do you think that this might be a real location? Perhaps on Eriol? Or maybe these folk consider there to be their mushroom deity underneath a large tree? I've never seen, I don't think I've seen things like this before, have I?
Have you seen things like this before? Mushroom people? You've met mushroom folk.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have heard stories or been told about a mushroom god under the earth, under a tree or anything.
No, but you do recognise something about the way that the tree is drawn. The tree looks marvellously like the silhouette of the main giant tree that is the sort of headquarters epicenter of House Enshapar.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Which I
Right.
believe is called Enthaven,
That does sound
if I remember my own lore properly.
Interesting, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. This is relevant to what we need to do. Regardless, I can't find anything else of worth in Maine's
No.
belongings.
Because we're getting late, I think what you do is you start picking up, resting yourselves, put the luggage back together, try and get some sleep within your various compartments and carriages, etc.
Mhm.
We can pick up from the next adventure from 2 weeks' time, I think, possibly. I think, if that matches everyone else, because James isn't away next week.
You were gonna say that you don't mind if people we carry
Yeah,
on,
if you want to.
but sorry, Neil,
Like
were you
that,
gonna...
Um,
Was next week one you can't do now?
7th to the 11th of December, I can't do.
They're
So
the
that's
ones you
probably
booked
2
off,
weeks.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And then we
And then we're flooping. We're flooping out.
we can't do
Christmas, basically, all right?
pretty much.
on the
From like the 20th to the beginning of January.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to pick it up in a couple of months then, maybe, because I think.
Well,
there's
it
one we can
seems,
do.
yeah, we would be able. It seems like we'd all be able to maybe do the 15th of December then. Looking at this, so Neil,
Yeah.
you're not able to. You wouldn't be able to play
15 is okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
James can't do the first.
I can't do the first.
we
No.
will see about that because that is Ali's last week of school, and it's normally when they do like Christmas plays and things like that.
We'll
So
see when the Christmas play is. If
yeah.
it's not on the Thursday, then yes.
yeah,
So we aim for the 15th for next session?
Yep.
Sure, sounds good.
I mean, we were saying you do a session with one person missing. If I'm the only one missing on the 8th or whatever it is,
Yeah, you're happy for me to pilot?
if you like.
Yeah, I don't really like doing it. I much prefer people playing.
Well, I'm just,
just because you normally help me make my character though.
Yeah, I know,
So-
but it's a bit more difficult sometimes. I like it when we're all playing. To be fair,
Alright.
I much prefer it that way. And I'm, as long as you guys aren't impatient to crack on, I'm happy to run this.
We're chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
having a good time.
yeah. That's
When
it.
we do play and nobody's got car sickness or
Yeah.
in other time zones.
Yeah.
I think
Well, we're going to be like after the 15th. That's when we're away for 3 weeks.
well so I mean it will be over like the Christmas and New Year. So the only so like maybe our first date back would be the week that we come back from Japan, which would be maybe the 12th.
That's when we get back on that day.
We don't get back on that day, no.
Okay.
No, we do not. We absolutely do not. We get back on the 11th, James.